Hey everyone, so welcome back to our next session on technology for management. Today let us learn about group decision support system and the expert system. Again, from exam point of view, these two topics are also very important and they might be asked for 5 marks or 10 marks and many times even for case studies as well. So moving upon to the next slide on group decision support system. So a group decision support system is an interactive computer-based system that facilitates a number of decision makers who are working together in a group in finding some solutions to some problems or that are unstructured in nature. Then they are designed in such a way that they take inputs from many multiple users interacting simultaneously with the system to arrive at a decision as a group. So many times what will happen, especially these MNCs, some very senior most people will be somewhere in other countries like New York, US, UK and all, wherein some decisions must be taken, some global decisions must be taken with interaction with everyone. So this group decision support system helps in contacting immediately at a time and taking some very important decisions. And nowadays, especially now, even you people are familiar with many apps like Zoom meeting, then Cisco WebEx, then webinars, Imparters, and like this many more. Because all these are not exactly used for online teaching, but they were actually used for group decision support. They were used like group decision support systems, because at a time you can contact so many of them, almost nearly 100, and of course there are some apps which exceeds as well. So like this, there are so many tools and techniques which are provided by these group decision support systems. They actually improve the quality and effectiveness of the group meeting. So groupware and web-based tools for electronic meetings and video conferences also support some of the group decision-making processes, but their main function is to make communication possible between the decision makers. And as well, many features like you can share the screens, you can use tools in order to specify some aspects, and there are so many extraordinary features. Again, it depends upon what tool they are using for each group decision support system. So in this group decision support system, electronic meetings, each participant is provided with the computer, and of course now in most of the MNCs, immediately after they join, first they make sure that proper infrastructure is being provided from basic facilities like laptops and internet. So here the computers are connected to each other, so to the facilitator's computer and to the file server, so that every transaction or every communication is being recorded in the server. Then a projection screen is available at the front of the the server room. So the facilitator and the participants can both project digital text and images onto the screen. It is very simple, as like you people know now screen sharing, something like screen sharing. So here also in group decision support system, there are different phases like you studied in decision support system, and very much similar to decision support system phases as well. So starting with idea generation, then you go for discussion, then you go for voting for the ideas, then again you do vote counting, means you select those ideas and you come over with pros and cons of the discussions or ideas given by other people and so on. So the facilitator manages and controls the execution of all these phases. So moving upon to the next aspect, again I'm telling you, this is also one of the very important aspects from exam point of view, wherein you are speaking about the components of decision support system, and there are only 3 components of decision support system, where hardware is included, then the software is included, and the people. Of course, without people, then it is no point of having a decision support system. So hardware includes electronic hardware like computers, equipment used for the networking, then electronic display boards and audiovisual equipments. So it also includes the conference facility, including the physical setup and the room or the tables or the chairs, laid out in such a manner that they can support all these group discussions and the teamwork. So next, moving upon to software tools, it includes various tools and techniques such as electronic questionnaires, then electronic brainstorming tools, idea organizers, tools for setting priority, then policy formation tools, and there are so many such tools as that. Then the use of these software tools in the group meeting helps the group discussion makers to plan, to organize the ideas, to gather information, then establish priorities, then to take decisions and document the meeting proceedings. And of course, every meeting, every PPT that they share, everything will be documented, by the facilitators in case anyone is missing the meeting. So all these recorded meetings can be shared with them. So in order to make the meetings more productive and without any confusions, all these steps are taken care of. Next, moving upon to people, it comprises the members participating in the meeting, a trained facilitator who helps with the proceedings of the meetings, and an expert staff to support the hardware and the software. So the group decision support system components together, all provide a favorable environment for carrying out the group meetings. Again, depending upon the marks, you can extend with these. Anyway, you have already, in our first lecture, we have spoken about hardwares and software. And people, yes, you can always write about it. So here are some of the features or characteristics of the decision support system. Again, these are generalized features of decision support system. So ease of use, it consists of an interactive interface that makes working with GDS simple and easy and much more user friendly. Then better decision making, then it provides the conference room setting and various software tools that facilitate users at different locations to make decisions as a group, resulting in better decisions. Then going upon to the emphasis on semi-structured and unstructured decision. Here it provides important information that assists middle and high level management in making semi-structured and unstructured decisions. Then it also supports specific and general, or it gives specific and general support. So the facilitator controls the different phase of the group decision support system meeting. In all the phases like idea generation, or it can be discussion phase, or it can be voting, or in the phase of vote counting, or in the phase of interpreting some of the aspects and so on. So what is displayed on the central screen and the type of ranking and the voting that plays, etc. So everything is very clearly communicated to all the people in the meeting. So in addition, the facilitator also provides general support to the group and helps them to use the system, since he is connected to the main server. Then moving upon to the next one, it supports all phases of the decision making. So again, same thing as I told you, it can support all the 4 phases of decision making, which I mentioned earlier also, that is intelligence, and in designing, and in choice making, and in implementation of the decisions or the actions that have been discussed. Then it supports positive group behavior. So in group meeting, as participants can share their ideas more openly without a fear of being criticized. They display more positive group behavior towards the subject matter of the meeting. So these are some of the generalized features of group decision support system. Next, let us know about the applicability of this decision support system. So where all and when all it is applicable. So when do you apply it? When there is when the time is very critical and we need an immediate discussion to be made, and when the time is critical. Then when the participants are geographically dispersed, yes, it connects globally. So where authority obstructs communication, yes, see, the authorized person is somewhere else, and here the business is somewhere else, and when we have to take a decision, coordinating with the senior authorities, whoever is geographically far apart. Then in military aspects, of course, in business we need, and government and many companies, and even now in this pandemic time, we are also using so many decision support system tools like Cisco WebEx and Impartus and so many like that, etc. So these are some of the software tools which act as a supporting document for our group decision support system, and these are some of the tools which are very much necessary in order to conduct a group decision support system, group meeting. So group decision support system, these software tools help the decision makers in organizing their ideas, then gathering required information and setting the ranking priorities. So here also, since I'll just take an example of Zoom meeting, wherein you people are probably much aware of it. See, here the priority means, here from a teacher's point of view, they can prioritize who can speak and who can share their screen, and how we can mute the complete participants in the group. And so here this defines the priorities of the person who is hosting. So like this, some of these tools which are used mostly in corporate world are electronic questionnaire. So the information gathered using the questionnaire helps the organizer of the meeting to identify the issues that need immediate attention, and thereby enabling the organizer to create a meeting plan in much advanced stage, means much before. So here we can actually use some of these electronic questionnaires. For example, I can tell you the Google Forms, which you get mostly for registration. So through that even you can prepare an electronic questionnaire. There are again many tools like SurveyMonkeys and so on. Then moving upon to the electronic brainstorming tool, it allows the participants to simultaneously contribute their ideas on the subject matter of the meeting. As the identity of each participant remains secret, individual participants in the meeting, without the fear of criticism, they can answer. So each one, whoever is posting their comments, it is only the facilitator can view them, and so everything is being kept secret in this brainstorming session tool. Then tools for setting priority, yes, it includes the collective of techniques such as for simple voting, then ranking in order, and some weightage techniques that are used for voting and setting priorities in the group meeting, for all these aspects. Then the last one, the policy formation tool. So it provides the necessary support for converting the wordings of policy statement into an agreement. So immediately this tool helps to give a complete output in the form of a report, or it can be in an agreement, or again there are so many aspects and so many features wherein you can select and you can customize it. So moving upon to the next very important topic, which is executive support system. So an executive support system is a software that allows users to transform enterprise data into quickly accessible and executive level reports, such as those used by billing, accounting and staffing departments. So an executive support system enhances decision making for mostly for executives. So that is the reason it is called as executive support system, and this executive support system is also called as executive information system. So don't get confused, both are one and the same, whether it is executive support system or whether it is executive information system, both are one and the same. So an executive information system facilitates access to organized enterprise and departmental data while providing analysis, utilities and performance assessment predictors. So this system provides potential outcome and quick statistical data that are applied to decision making processes. So ultimately this executive support system reporting tool and results are contingent on developer and industry applications. For example, Cambridge Systematics Inc. has built an executive support system that is integrated with the investment plan for the Ministry of Transportation in Canada. So this executive support system version includes features that are completely contrast the version used in medical information technology. So both of them cannot be integrated. So because you define your requirements, and which is of course very different for transportation system. It can be for medical systems. It will be different again. For educational, it will be completely different. So the information required is completely different for each of the sectors. So hence, what the executive need, what the top level executives need, based on that information, this system will be designed, and the way the report that the executive need, again, that is also considered as one of the very important aspects. So these are some of the characteristics of executive information system. So it gives senior executives a picture of the overall performance of an organization. Then it enables an executive to zoom in on details or zoom out for a broader view. So yeah, the report can be generated even in one page, and the same report can be generated even in 10 pages. Of course, the zooming is not the zooming, the information or the amount of information that the executive needs. So next, again, drill down capability, then digital dashboard. So exactly, when you are speaking about a software, it is in a digitalized format. So hence, it is one of the feature is about digital dashboard. So these are some of the examples of executive information softwares which are often the source of an executive system software, like external databases, then technology reports like patent records, etc., then technical reports for consultants, then market reports, confidential information about the competitors, then speculative information like market conditions, then the changing government policies, then financial reports and information. These are very informative outputs for the executive in order to take some very important decisions. So going to some of the advantages of executive support system are it is easy for upper level executive to use, then the ability to analyze the trend, then augmentation of managers' leadership capabilities, then enhances personal thinking and decision making. Then because complete information is there in just a clicks, obviously it enhances decision making. Then contribution to strategic control flexibility, enhances organizational competitiveness in the marketplace, then instruments of change, then increased executive limit horizons, then better reporting system, then improved mental model of business executors, help improve consensus building and the communication. So next, let me throw light on some of the major disadvantages of executive support system. Then the functions are very limited, then very hard to quantify the benefits, then executive may encounter information overload, then system may become slow, then difficult to keep current data, then may lead to less reliable and insecure data. Since the problems of security, so then excessive cost for very small companies. Yes, this is only for the large MNCs. Then I hear executive may encounter information overloaded because every single information is available in the system. So many times the executives will not know what information they exactly need. And in this point of time, it happens to take more and more even unnecessary information sometimes, which is not needed, but yes, it will influence the decision maker, and so some overloaded information, and since the information huge, the system might get slow, and it might not the system, the executive support system, since it is the software, and the other side the man has to take care of it. The present information, it's not necessarily always you'll get the present data, since it has to be maintained and updated timely. So these are some of the advantages and disadvantages and the features of executive support system as well. So let us end with this session for today. Thank you guys, have a nice day.